Welcome to the Trial Line Podcast. I'm your host, Bo. This is my co-host, Danny.
Hey guys, hey mate, how are you?
Yeah, good man. Indigenous game on the weekend. It was a really good game. I thought maybe a little bit sloppy at the start. Maybe that's due to the weather up there and it was a little bit humid. But I thought when they got into it, the game got a lot better. Very good defensively. What did you make of the game?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good game. The defence there from the Indigenous side in the first quarter was outstanding.
Yeah.
I maybe think the first couple of quarters might have been like just both teams showing a bit of rust.
Yeah.
Neither of them have played in very long, and I mean you kind of could tell.
I think the Maori side definitely missed the Melbourne players. Just a little bit of class on the end of what they were trying to do.
100%.
I feel like they played really good footy though. I feel like if they had the Melbourne players, they might have got over them in the end.
Yeah.
They gave away a penalty with about a minute to go to not lose the game, draw the game.
Yeah.
What'd you make of it? No extra time. I don't really mind it. I see it as a trial game friendly type thing anyway.
Yeah. I don't really think anything of it. It was a good game to watch, and yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So we weren't going to get into the whole game because, like I said, I see it as just exhibition game anyway. So
Yeah.
I wanted you to identify a player from each side that you thought maybe impressed you, maybe played a little bit better than what you thought they did. So who did you come up with there?
From the Indigenous side, I thought Josh Kerr, the Dragons prop, he played really well. I think he had some really strong carries. Wasn't too bad in defence, and yeah, I think he's looking real good.
Good news for the Dragons because we did identify that maybe the forward pack is where they need to step up this year. So that's good news for them.
Yeah,
what
real
about
good.
From the Maori side?
From the Maldives, I really liked. I think we both think it's the same player here. Jordan Ricky.
Jordan Ricky was outstanding. I thought
he was really good.
He looked
really
strong. He looked strong as on the edge.
Yeah.
The player for me, a little bit of a surprise. Andrew Fafita. Andrew Fafita looked on song and he looked fit.
Yeah.
And I haven't said that about Andrew Fafita for a while. So hopefully he's had a good off season and got rid of some of those injuries. He's really plagued with injuries last year, but great news for the Sharks because don't forget Andrew Fafita was the best prop in the competition at one stage. He was in that when they went to grand final in 2016. His grand final was just outstanding.
Oh mate, both the front rowers for the Sharkies back then.
Matt Pryor had a great final series.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dog, but
yeah,
he had a good series. He had a good year actually. He played for Origin that year too, I think.
That final series, he was like, if we had finals MVP in the NRL, I know they do in the NBA.
Yeah,
he might have been a candidate for that because I thought he was very, very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about I know you didn't watch the female game. You were at work.
Yeah, work.
I managed to catch the female game. I really thought Zahara Tamara from the Māori side, the halfback. I thought she had a really good game, really strong game.
Yeah.
A little spot where they lack a little bit in the female game is their kicking game. That's developing and it has since the inception of the NRLW. But I thought Zahara Tamara's kicking game was outstanding the other night. And Jamie Chapman for the Indigenous side. Now, she's usually a centre apparently, but she played fullback and she looked big and strong. Man.
Yeah.
Like a couple of runs, a little bit like a Latrell Mitchell GI back there. Like she was throwing people around. She looked good. She looked solid. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of her at fullback.
Yeah, nice.
I thought it was a good quality game. The women's game, the Māori side won 24-0. And I think we all know the score in the men's game was 10-all.
Yeah.
I don't really mind a draw in this situation. But anyway, another player that I thought looked good for the Indigenous side was Latrell Mitchell.
Yep.
And some good news coming out of South today. He's re-signed until 2023.
Oh, good. Good for South. He's a real good player. The future.
Yeah, well, I think we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago that was one thing that they just had to get out of the way. Not a distraction. I know there's some talk about Adam Reynolds' contract as well. I just think they need to get all those distractions out of the way. Either they're staying or they're going.
Yeah.
They're in for a huge year, South. They don't want any of this stuff, any of this off-field stuff getting in the way.
Yeah, surely not. So when did you say Adam Reynolds' contract's up?
I think that they're in talks of are they extending or not. They're in talks of that now.
Oh, okay.
And that's taken longer than what people thought it would take.
Okay. Would you re-sign Adam Reynolds?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%.
I think the what they're talking about is he needs to take a pay cut to stay.
I think they've only got a small window. I think the window's now.
And
the next couple of years.
We've talked about this. There's not that many quality halves out at the moment.
No.
Like, really, it's kind of the era of the 5'8", in a way.
Yeah.
Where we were struggling to name halves for our draft that we did last week. Because there wasn't a lot out there. I think I took Adam Reynolds.
You did, yeah.
Nathan Cleary's obviously another quality one.
Cherry Evans, I took Cherry Evans.
Cherry Evans, obviously. But there's not too many out there. So he's got the best short game in the game. So I think you should lock him up.
Yeah, 100%.
Another thing that's in the news at the moment, the Daily M voting.
Yep.
Now, we all know what happened last year. Like, I think Jack Whiten probably deserved to win the award because I thought he was the best player throughout the year. James Tedesco was very good as well. Clint Gutherson had a crazy year. But coming into that last game where he didn't play and Gutherson only needed 1 point to go either equal with him or 2 points to go above him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get 1 point in that win against the Tigers. That pretty much is the catalyst for this being overhauled. Now, what they're looking at is scrapping the 3-2-1 system.
Yep.
Which I don't really know why they have. They don't even have the refs choose the 3-2-1. It's like just like the expert commentator, I think.
A commentator.
So I think if Joey Johns is like on the sideline, he'll choose the 3-2-1.
Ah, okay. Yep.
Which is all right, but I mean the referee does it for all other competitions. Like if you go to a local game, the referee's going to choose the 3-2-1.
Yeah.
But they're thinking about scrapping that altogether and giving every player a rating out of 10.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. I think because it is prejudice to teams that are like very good all across the board. Like say you go Roosters. So when they win, they could have like James Tedesco could get points, Luke Keary could get points, Joey Manu could get points. They're so spread out. But say Manly win. Tom Trbojevic is probably going to be in the points, isn't he?
And Cherry Evans.
So,
yeah, probably just mainly those two. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where the prejudice comes in. So if they give everyone a rating out of 10, and then that gets aggregated through the whole year, you're probably going to get the best players up the top all year.
Yeah.
Which is what you want.
Yeah.
And forwards get really hurt in this situation where you give a forward out of 10. James Fisher-Harris would have got 7 and above for a lot of the games last year.
Yeah.
So that now puts him in the conversation for a Daily M medal.
Mate, well, he's a good player. He's probably one of the best front rowers in the comp. Probably top 3, 4.
Yeah, well, I said, I think I've done a video about it before. Only one forward has won the award, not including hookers. Only one forward has won the award in like 30 years.
It's Tamalolo.
Yeah. So, and there's been some good forwards around.
Yeah, well, Tamalolo he's just different, man.
He is different.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. Anyway, speaking of Tommy, we just mentioned him. Unfortunate what's come out today. He has hurt his hamstring again, looking like he'll be out till at least round 4.
Yeah.
How big a loss is that for Manly?
Huge loss. Like you saw him last season. They started off with Tommy, they were going good, and then once they lost him, they kind of just fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
So
he's in. I can't see him making the 8 if he doesn't play. I think I had him at 20 games. If he doesn't play 20 games for them, they don't make the 8.
No, surely not. And they've lost Adam Fanua-Blake as well. Who they replaced him with? Josh Aloiai. He's there now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not as good as Adam Fanua-Blake.
Yeah, but a pretty hard player to replace though.
Yeah.
Fanua-Blake. So how he hurt his hamstring is pretty interesting. There is footage going around. There's a video going around of him sprinting in Manly on a night out.
Yep.
He says that's not how he done it. I tend to believe him. I don't think he would lie about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He said it's pretty embarrassing. This is a quote from him. It's pretty embarrassing to say actually. I woke up yesterday morning. I slipped over in the bathroom and I just felt it go. I do apologise to Manly and the members that I won't be out there. It didn't feel great. I felt the feeling before, so I knew pretty quickly and straight on the phone to the physio.
Okay, yeah.
So it's really bad for him. I actually spoke yesterday just about the fact that I hope he can stay healthy because I still consider him one of the best players in the competition.
Yeah.
And you want to see the best players playing every week. So this is a huge loss for Manly and the NRL, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you were talking to me about it earlier, and you were saying if he hadn't had all these injuries, where would he be? Yeah, where would he be? Yeah.
Where would he be in that conversation if he hadn't had all the injuries? That's a big question. Because we saw him come back for Origin a couple of years ago as well. And
wasn't last year, 2 years ago,
the
yeah.
year before, and he was the difference
Yeah.
for New South Wales. He's really, really top quality player. Now, speaking of top quality players, I want to know, well, Jake Phelps, 35, good friend, he wants to know top 10 rookies. We don't really do top 10 on the show. It takes too long.
Yeah.
So you're the Rookie Watch. You're always on Rookie Watch. You're always being an avid fantasy player.
Yeah.
Top 3 rookies.
Alrighty,
Who you
well,
got your eye on?
Okay, so it's not rookies, like, we can't really say who the rookie's going to be because the team lists haven't been announced. You can just go off what people reckon or what people are saying who will make their debut this year. So that's what I'm going to go off.
Yep.
Just people who might make their debut this season. So the first one that I've got my eye on is Joseph Suwali.
Probably the most talk about a youngster since maybe Ponga.
Yeah, 100%. Well, they've got huge raps on him. Everyone reckons he's the next big thing.
Yep.
They're saying he's not allowed to play until he's 18. So he turns 18 in August. So he won't be eligible to play until round 21, I think we said.
Round 21.
Yeah, round 21.
So does he play this year?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But if he does, I'd be excited to see how he goes. Cause
it'll all depend on where the Roosters are sitting.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're in the talks for the top 4, do you really want to shake up that side too much?
Exactly.
And he is a fullback. He probably will come onto the wing. I can't see him going straight into the fullback like James Tedesco's there. He's the best player in the world.
Yeah. Plus, they already got 2 quality wings. They got Brett Morris is there still.
Yeah, Brett Morris.
And Daniel Tupou.
Daniel Tupou, one of the best wingers in the world right now too.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah.
I mean, it just really depends on what position they are in the ladder. Any injuries maybe.
I'm really excited to see him play though. There's huge raps on him.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a big man too. So that's even better.
Yeah. So I'm keen to see him play the second one. So did I say I was doing 3?
3.
Yeah,
Top
3. So my second one was Ben Trbojevic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they reckon he might make his debut this season, just depending on how everything goes. But he's a Trbojevic. He's a centre. Yeah, he's a centre. But he's Trbojevic. I mean, both his brothers are guns.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Jake Trbojevic is one of the best forwards in the comp, and Tom, we just spoke about him.
Yeah,
awesome. So yeah, I'd be really keen to see how he goes. He's still behind. I think they were saying Brad Parker, Moses Suli, Dylan Walker. I think it is.
And I thought Brad Parker had a really solid season last year defensively.
He did. He looked really good.
He come along a lot last year.
Yeah. So did Moses Suli.
Yes. Well, Suli's a wrecking ball on the edge there.
Yeah.
They do have some good players, Manly. But Tom ties that whole team together. If he can't play, they're in big trouble.
Yeah. Plus, they reckon Dylan Walker will play in the centres this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to the centres, so I don't know who will drop out. I think I saw the predicted lineups for round 1. I can't remember if it was Brad Parker or Moses Suli that dropped out.
I think they bring in Moses Suli on decent money, so maybe Parker misses out there.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Who's your third one?
Yeah, my third one, it's an Englishman. So he's an outside back for the Newcastle Knights, Dominic Young. All right.
Heard of him.
You've never heard of him?
No.
Right, so get this. He's 198 centimetres. So he's taller than Campbell Graham. He's almost as tall as Nelson Asafa Solomona. So he's big, and he's 106 kilos. So there's a lot of him.
Yeah.
Right. He plays as an outside back. They've got huge raps on me over in England, and imagine someone almost as big as Nelson on one of the edges. They could do some damage.
Big, they bring in good outside backs Newcastle.
Yeah.
Bradman Best. They also got Edric Lee up there. He's killing it.
Edric Lee, Stafford Tower, he's not too bad.
Yeah.
That Tuwala bloke.
Tuwala had a good year.
He had a really good year. He was up there for most meters run.
Yeah.
Not up the tippy top, but he was there.
Hopefully, if they can sort out the whole Mitchell Pearce thing, hopefully they can bury that.
Yeah.
And they can have a real good year.
Yeah.
Because I've got him in my 8. Did you have him in your 8?
Newcastle.
I say this every week.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you have him?
Yeah. But I'm really keen to see this Dominic. What's his name? Dominic Young play.
Yeah.
He made his debut at 17 over in England in the Super League. So.
Mate, well that's good. That Phelpsy, that's your 3 rookies, mate.
Yeah, Phelpsy.
Ben Hunt. I think he's been named Dragons captain, or he's due to be named Dragons captain. Now, here's the reason why I like this appointment. Now, they're moving on. They've moved on Cam McInnes.
Yep.
Tyson Frizzell's gone. Ben Hunt is almost the next most experienced person in that side, probably with Tarek Sims there as well. He's up there as well. But Ben Hunt's played a lot of top flight footy.
Yeah.
They've obviously, And they've said he's going to play halfback.
Yep.
So what Anthony Griffin is saying to Ben Hunt, to Dragon supporters, this is Ben Hunt's team.
Yeah.
Behind Ben Hunt.
Okay.
And by giving him the captaincy, it gives everyone a singular focus. Like, this is Ben Hunt's side.
Yeah.
Get around it. And I think it might focus him. I think it might give him the keys and saying, all right, you go. You're going to have the halfback spot for the whole year. This is your side.
Yeah.
You take off. I reckon it's a really good appointment.
Yeah.
Dragons. If you're going to get rid of Cam McInnes, which I wouldn't have done that.
We won't talk about that though.
We've spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna start fresh and this is the side that you want to play with, Ben Hunt's the man. Well, then make him the man. And
Yeah.
that's the knock I had on the Tigers last year. Is you couldn't see a direction.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't see where they're going. They were chopping and changing in the spine. Who was the guy? Who was the person that you were building this side around? The Dragons at least have gone that far and said, Ben Hunt is the man. We're going to put this team around Ben Hunt and he's our chance to win a premiership. And whether that happens, I don't think it'll happen this year, but as long as they keep moving in that direction, then they might have success.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that. What do you think about the appointment there? I don't think there's too many candidates at the Dragons right now.
No, there's not really.
Maybe Paul Vaughan, maybe.
Oh, actually, yeah, Paul Vaughan, he'd be a good choice, but I mean, you'd rather someone that's on there for the 80 minutes.
Yeah. So well, last year Ben Hunt couldn't even get out 80 minutes. They just kept hooking him for something. Yeah. I don't understand. Yeah. But if Ben Hunt's playing 80 at halfback, and Hooks said he's going to be there every game, then give him the captaincy. I don't mind it. What else we got? We got Jaden for Sith. He asked us to talk about why rep coaches aren't playing Whiten at 5'8". This bugs me more than anything. You're the New South Wales person here.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about that?
Honestly, I don't know what was doing last series. Why?
You can see why they do though. You can see
he's versatile.
He's versatile, and where Cody Walker, Keary maybe aren't as versatile.
Yeah.
But he's got to play 5'8".
Yeah. Well, he was
best 5'8" in the comp. Or him and Munster.
Yeah,
Munster's probably the top at the moment.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd pick him at 5'8".
Yeah.
Because you get your hands on the ball a little bit more. I think they did that in the Indigenous game just the other day. They chucked him to 5'8".
Yeah, but they done that in the Origin too. Like, he played starting in centres. The game was gone. Then they moved into 5'8", got him a little bit early touches, and he carves people up.
Yeah, they just need to pick him at 5'8" and leave him there because that's where he does his damage.
So right now, very very early in the piece, Origin. Are you wanting Jack Whiten at 5'8"?
I mean, you got to
as of right now.
Well, right now, yeah, but you got to really see how the season plays out.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's 5'8" for sure.
Yeah, he's a 5'8". Like, if say he's not even performing at 5'8", you wouldn't really pick him in the team at all.
Yeah,
unless you want to kind of just stick to the kind of same spine. I don't know, maybe. But
the reason, Jaden, I'm pretty sure you know the reason, but the reason is because he's more versatile than other 5'8". You play him in the back row, like it wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah, you can almost play him anywhere.
Yeah, you could literally almost play him anywhere, and he's a good fullback too. So you just got to have it's about having quality players in your side.
Yeah,
and the more quality players you can have in your side, the better the side will go. I would have played him at 5'8", but I'm not Brad Fittler. Brad Fittler knows a lot more than me, trust me. So he would.
Yeah,
I'll probably listen to him. Now, we say this all the time. Cameron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron Smith. Every week we seem to be talking about Cameron Smith. I don't want to spend too long on it. Laser Flash 101 wants to know what is going on with Cameron Smith. Do you have any insight for us,
mate? I got no insight on Cam Smith. Like we've reached out to him on Instagram. Yeah. No response.
No reply.
So yeah, if he's not replying to us, he's really under the radar.
Yeah, like if he's not answering us, he's not answering anyone.
No.
No. The Titans come out and said it's not them. He's not going.
Yeah.
There. But
he's retired. Just leave it alone.
But the Broncos have come out just last week and said they have the room. They've left the roster spot open. If he wants to go there, he can go there. Can Cameron Smith play in the NRL with no preseason, no talk with the club? It's 3 weeks till the year. Can he just waltz into a side?
No one can. Like, you can't just...
Even Cam Smith.
No, you can't just go into a side with no preseason and expect to, play the same as you did with, like, when you're fit.
Well, there's been some experts coming out this week. Ben Eichen reckons it's a sure thing that he'll play on.
Come on, Ben.
And he's your man.
He's not my man, not anymore.
No, you said you rate Ben Eichen.
No, well, I said I rate him better than Paul Kent.
Yeah, well, Jesus.
Anyway.
All right. So Cam Smith, you're saying done.
I'm saying he's done. He's done.
I'm gonna keep the door open. I don't know.
No, surely not.
I keep changing. I've been done. I'm not done.
I've been done.
I've been done. You got anything for me?
Yeah. Okay. So I've got a question from Owen Hainsey. So he's saying thoughts on play the ball. What's he saying? Thoughts on the play the ball to start instead of a scrum. So that's like when you go out of bounds and that.
Yeah. No, I like it.
So yeah, instead of having a scrum, you get to pick where you play the ball.
Yeah. So
is it 10, 20, or halfway? Oh, not halfway. In the middle.
I think it's from the 20 where you would usually have the scrum from the scrum mark.
Yeah.
Just so they changed that rule this year. Yeah, I like it. The scrums are obsolete at the moment. Really. Last year they bring in the rule where you can move the scrum to the middle.
Yep.
And that kind of changed a little bit. So scrums were back in the game because the attacking side. Well, that's good for the attacking side.
Yep.
They can attack from the middle of the field and create overlap either side.
Mm-hmm.
But then teams were like, "Oh, screw that! I'll just break early from the scrum and negate that."
Yeah.
Now they're bringing the rule that if you break from the scrum early, it's a penalty straight away. Not a differential penalty.
Yeah.
It's a real penalty, and then you can have the choice of taking that penalty or packing the scrum again. If we see a team pack the scrum again this year, I don't want to promise anything too crazy, but I'll vortex a beer on the podcast. If you see a team repack the scrum instead of taking a penalty, I'll vortex a beer. Because it won't be happening. You'll be taking the penalty all the time.
Yeah, surely.
Why would you repack the scrum?
You wouldn't.
Stupid. Anyway, and I think for repeat offenders of breaking the scrum early, because they do it just to negate that rule change, put them in the bin. It's a professional foul. You're purposely breaking the rules. Put them in the bin.
Yeah, sure. But
yeah, I like it. For me, scrums are obsolete at the moment. They don't do anything for me.
Yeah, sweet.
Right, to end the show, you've got the team of the decade, don't you?
Yeah, okay. So you've got the Bunnies team of the decade. Yeah. So they've picked it bloody couple days ago, whenever they did. So we're just going to go over it.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask you if you would make any changes to the team.
All right.
And we'll just go off that. So at fullback, we've got GI, Greg Inglis, obviously.
One of the GOATs.
Yep. On the wings, we've got Alex Johnson and Nathan Merritt. In the centres, Bryson Goodwin and Bo Champion. The current halves, Cody Walker, Adam Reynolds. John Sutton, Sam Burgess in the back row. Cam Murray at lock. George Burgess and Royce Tarsi in the front row with Damien Cook as hooker.
Yep.
And on the bench, you got, I'm pretty sure his name's Jason Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Clark, he was a gun. Isaac Luke, Tom Burgess and Ben Teo.
That's such a strong team.
That is a good side.
That's such a strong team.
But I'm going to chuck it over to you. Would you make any changes?
I like everything. I'm just looking at left centre with Bryson Goodwin.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what they've had at centre.
I've got a couple changes that I'd make.
Yeah.
So while you're thinking, I'll throw my changes up.
Yeah.
All right. So I'd take out both those centres.
So you get rid of Bo Champion too. He was a good player for a long time for them.
Yeah. But it was kind of more towards the back end of his career there. Yep. So I'd chuck GI in the centre and Dan Gagai and put Reece Wesser at fullback.
Oh, Reece Wesser.
And I'd also get rid of Cody Walker and put Luke Keary in. Because Cody Walker, when Luke Keary won the grand final there. So, Cody Walker really hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Like Cody Walker, probably a better player, but Luke Keary's done more for that team.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't mind those. The centres is where I was looking, if I was going to make any changes. But geez, the side's so strong. You got Johnny Sutton, Sam Burgess, then you got Ben Teo on the bench. Ben Teo was massive for them when they won the comp in 2014.
Yeah.
Big Rory Asatasi, really good player.
George Burgess, when he first came through, was almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like his first 2 seasons, then he kind of fell off a cliff.
I love this team. And you forget the quality of players they've had, because most of this team is like pretty recent.
Mm.
Like GI was there 2 years ago. Sam Birch was there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then you got Murray still there, George Burgess, Damien Cook, Cody Walker, Adam Reynolds, Johnson. They're all still there.
Yeah, Tom Burgess is still there.
Oh, not Tom. Yeah.
George Burgess is over in England.
Yeah. No, well, I like the side. I would, maybe have a look at the centres, but I can't argue with Bo Champion. I thought he was a really good player for them for a long time.
Nah, they're both... The centres are gone.
The centres are gone.
Surely you're putting GI in the centres. If you're looking at the centres, GI goes to the centre, you bring in Reece Wesser.
Yeah, but I love GI at fullback. And Reece Wesser, Reece Wesser is a really good player.
I met Reece Wesser once in Terrigal. Got a photo with him, but now it's probably on an old phone.
Oh, come on, mate. You got to back that up to the cloud.
All right, well, I'll go get the phone repaired. It'll cost me a couple hundred.
That's about it for this week. Next week we'll be doing our preview show for the whole season, like our prediction show.
Yep.
We'll be predicting the Daily M, who we think will win the comp, maybe team, maybe Wooden Spoon. I don't really like doing that, but
Daily M team of the year.
Yeah, something like that. We'll be doing all our predictions. My Instagram DMs are always open, so if anyone has a suggestion for the podcast, anything you want us to talk about, anything you want us to cover, we can't guarantee that we'll cover it on the episode, but we'll have a look at it, and if it's something newsworthy, we'll give it a shot. Thanks, guys.